This poem derives from my research into the children of Irish famine refugees in Australia. It was inspired by my visit to the site of a workhouse and fever hospital in my native County Clare in the west of Ireland. Clare was one of the worst hit counties, which lost 1/3 of its native people, my people, during the 5 years of the Great Irish Famine, a humanitarian crisis which eventually resulted in a halving of the Irish population from 8 million to 4 million people. The impacts of the famine for my people were greatly exacerbated by British colonisation and their policies in Ireland at the time. The British government failed to intervene and prevent Anglo landlords from exporting vital food supplies out of Ireland, while millions starved. Workhouses like this one in Kilrush were the last resort of the most desperate, starving Irish people. The aid provided there was inadequate. Surrendering to the workhouse was tantamount to a death sentence, as they suffered high death rates due to malnutrition and disease. As I stood outside under barren winter trees, crows circling overhead seemed to be calling to me in my native language, which had been prohibited by law during colonisation. Ko, ko, meaning where. This poem recalls the practice in workhouses of separating children from their mothers when they reached 2 years of age. Families were split up, mothers and babies going to women's wards, children over 2 to girls and boys' wards, and men to adult male wards. Many families never saw each other again, never knew if any others had survived. I wrote this poem as it came to me in the Irish language, Gaeilge. Here I use my native language as a form of political resistance to decolonise our history and to restore lost voices, including the voice of my maternal grandfather, who was beaten as a child during British rule in Ireland for speaking in our native tongue. I'll read the poem entirely in Irish first. I will then read the English translation, which I've also written. I hope you will allow the sound of the Irish language to wash over you. Maybe you will hear those crows speaking to you too, or the ancient voice of my home country. Idir Oispidéal Galair agus teach na mBocht. Púca beag in arda, scamal bug bán, sonithe I marog olav an crown giroil. A casa an ngwe a near a dui, a casa a gleach sa gwe gan trua, the acani gan fragra. Screacha sna crevacha, groga na breacán, a buint macala as the scradil croite. Ko will tu, a casa, macala na breacán, a sníomh a sakari, Fuihallas Galian na spera, galog mona dóte, fadálach san air. Púca beag in arda, scamal bug bán, taring de gwine varog olav an crown geroil. A gleach sa gwe gan trua, the acani gan fragra. Ko will tu, awami, tararashtam, awami, tararash. Kilrush, luam koska, fihe is fihe do. between the fever hospital and the poorhouse. Little ghost on high, soft white cloud, caught in the empty embrace of the wintering tree, turning, turning on the northwesterly wind, turning, turning, calling on the bitter wind your unanswered entreaties. Screeches in the branches, cawing of the crows, echoing your desolate cries. Caw, 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 where are you? Turning, turning, echoes of the crows, weaving and twisting in the silver light, a trace of turf smoke lingering in the air. Little ghost on high, soft white cloud, pulling, pulling against the empty embrace of the wintering tree, calling on the bitter wind your unanswered entreaties. Caw, 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 where are you, Mommy? Come back for me, Mommy, come back. Kilrush, Easter Monday, 2022.